Navanish, the 10th science public answer key 2025 நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஸோ பார்ட் 1 மார்க் கொஷின்ஸ் இதில் 12 கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, எல்லாத்தையும் அட்டன் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். ஸோ பார்ப்போம். 1 kilogram force equals to 98 into 10 to the power of 4 dyne. The eye defect presbyopia can be corrected by bifocal lenses. The work done in a moving charge of 10C across 2 points in a circuit is 100 J. What is the potential difference between the 2 points?
என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க சொல்லுங்க.
சார்ஜ் 10C கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, ஒர்க் டன் வந்து 100 J கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. அப்புறம் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் எவ்வளோ? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு ஒர்க் டன் பை சார்ஜ் 100 by 10 equal to 10V, 10 volts. Artificial radioactivity was discovered by Irene Curie. இது அடிக்கடி கேட்கக்கூடிய 1 மார்க் கொஷின். Hg is an important metal to form amalgam. இது நமக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் இந்த ஒன் வேர்ட் வந்து. When the pressure is increased at a constant temperature, the solubility of gases in liquid increases. Pressure increase ஆகும்போது solubility increase ஆகும். Liquidல pH of solution is 3. Its OH minus concentration is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 11 m. எப்படி? pH plus POH equal to 14. POH 11, pH 3 கொடுத்திருக்கா, OH minus தான் POH. So 3 plus POH equal to 14. POH equal to 14 minus 3. POH equal to 11. So 1 into 10 to the power of minus 11 m the right answer. சரியா? அடுத்தது C2H5OH plus 3O2 gives 2CO2 plus 3H2O gives combustion of ethanol. Casparian strips are present in the endodermis of the root. The centromere is found at the center of metacentric chromosome. The types வரும். 4 மார்க் கொஷினாவும் கேட்டிருக்கான். அடுத்தது வேர்ல்ட்ஸ் எய்ட்ஸ் டே வந்து December 1. அடிக்கடி கேட்க இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கிரியேட்டிவ் கொஷின். நிறைய பேர் தப்பு போட்டிருப்பீங்க, வாசிக்காமல் May 31 போட்டிருப்பீங்க. விச் சாஃப்ட்வேர் இஸ் யூஸ்டு டு கிரியேட் அனிமேஷன்? ஸ்க்ராட்ச். தேங்க்ஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் 2 மார்க்ஸ். பார்ட் 2 10 கொஸ்டின் இருக்குது, அதில் நீங்கள் 7 கொஷின் அட்டன் பண்ணணும். பட் 22nd கொஷின் கம்பல்சரி. Define 1 calorie. 1 calorie is defined as the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance through 1 degree Celsius. 2 conditions necessary for rusting of iron: air and moisture. What is bolting? How it can be induced artificially? Treatment of roseate plants with gibberellin induces sudden shoot elongation followed by flowering. It's called bolting. It can be induced artificially through the treatment of roseate plants with gibberellins. 19th question வந்து A, B, C, D. இது வந்து pollen grains. A exine, B inine, C generative cell, D vegetative nucleus. ஃப்ரீக்வெண்ட்டாக கேட்கணும் அந்த கொஷின், எல்லாரும் அட்டன் பண்ணி முடியும். Degenerated wing of kiwi is an awkward character. Why is it called an awkward character? Degenerated wing of kiwi is an awkward character because it does not use wings and walk for all its needs. Over the generations, wings of kiwi got degenerated according to Lamarck's use and disuse theory. Hence it becomes an awkward character. What will happen if trees are cut down? If trees are cut down, it leads to deforestation. Deforestation leads to rise to many ecological problems like change in biogeochemical cycles, desertification, alteration in climatic conditions, soil erosions, flooding, droughts, environmental damage, and many more effects. Find the percentage composition of methane CH4. ஒரு C வந்து 12, ஒரு H வந்து ஒரு H வந்து ஒன் ஹெச் ஆட்டம் வந்து அதோட மாஸ் 1. ஸோ CH4 வந்து ஒரு சி வந்து CH4 கூட்ட நான் மாசை கூட்டினேன்னா 12 1 into 12 plus 4 into 1 கூட்டினீங்கன்னா 12 plus 4 is equal to 16 G வரும். ஸோ பர்சன்டேஜ் ஆஃப் C எவ்வளோ வரும்? 12/16 into 100 3/4 சுருங்கும். இதை கேன்சல் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு 75% வரும். அதே H4க்கு என்ன வரும்? 4/16 into 100 1/4 சுருங்கும். அதை கேன்சல் பண்ணி 25% வந்துடும். ஸோ 2 marks ஓவர். பார்ட் 3 இதில் 10 கொஷின் இருக்குது. அதில் நீங்கள் 7 கொஷின் அட்டன் பண்ணால் போதும். ஆனால் 32வது கொஷின் கம்பல்சரி. Derive ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation obeys the laws of Boyle's, Charles, Avogadro's. According to Boyle's law, PV is equal to constant. According to Charles' law, V by T is equal to constant. According to Avogadro's law, V by N is equal to constant. Combining 1, 2, 3, we get PV by NT is equal to constant. It is the combined law of gases. For a gas of nu moles, the number of atoms of molecules will be the mu times the Avogadro's number. N is equal to mu Na. This is called as Boltzmann constant. Kb is equal to 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23 jk to the power of minus 1. Pv is equal to mu Na kBt. Mu Na kb is equal to R because R is the universal gas constant. R is equal to 8.331 J to the power of minus 4 K MOL to the power of minus 2. This is called as PV is equal to RT. Thus the ideal gas equation or gaseous state equation is proved. First, myopia and hypermetropia differentiated. Myopia, it's short-sightedness due to lengthening of eyeball. It is long-sighted hypermetropia. It is the long-sightedness due to shortening of eyeball. Nearby objects can be seen clearly. Distant objects can be seen clearly. Distant objects cannot be seen clearly. Nearby objects cannot be seen clearly. Images are formed behind the retina. Images are formed in front of the retina. Distance between eyeball and retina increases. Distance between eyeball and retina decreases. It can be corrected by concave lens. It can be corrected by convex lens. Yes. Alpha, beta, gamma radiations. Definition. Alpha, beta, gamma rays. They are helium nucleus. They are electrons, elementary particles of atoms. They are photons in the form of electromagnetic waves. They are positively charged particles. Each charge is plus 2e. They are negatively charged. Each charge is minus e. They are neutrally charged. Each charge is 0. Ionizing power very low. Comparatively high. Very high. Penetrating power. Ionizing power very high. Comparatively low. Very low. Penetrating power very low. Comparatively high. Very high. Deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Opposite to alpha rays. Not deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Speed. It can travel up to the speed of light from 1/28 to 1/10 times the speed of light. It can travel up to 9/10 times the speed of light. It can travel up to speed of light. Alloys. Outline. Introduction. Types of alloys. Reasons for alloying. Introduction. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or one or more metals with non-metallic elements. Ferrous alloys contains iron as a major component. Non-ferrous example stainless steel. Non-ferrous alloys does not contain iron as a major component. Example, aluminium alloys. இதான் 2 types of alloys. அடுத்தது வந்து reasons for alloying. Modifies the appearance and color, increases the tensile strength, lower the melting point, modifies the chemical activity, increases the electrical resistance. அதுதான். அடுத்தது வந்து how does locomotion takes place in the leech? Locomotion takes locomotion in leech. Outline. Terrestrial movement, அதாவது looping or crawling movements. அப்புறம் வந்து swimming movements. Looping or crawling movements. Leeches move on a substratum by the contraction and relaxation of muscles. Swimming movements. Leeches swim very actively by performing some undulating movements in water. With a neat labeled diagram, explain the structure of neuron. நீங்கள் நியூரான் முதல்ல எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிவிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் டயக்ராத்தை வரைங்க. டயக்ராம் வந்து நீங்கள் 10th சயின்ஸ் டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்கை ரெஃபர் பண்ணுங்கள். ஸோ இப்போ நம்ம நியூரான் பற்றி ஸ்ட்ரக்சரை தியரிட்டிக்கலாக சொல்கிறேன். Neuron is the structural and functional unit of human nervous system. It is the longest cell in the body, which is 100 μm. It consists of three parts, basic parts: cyton, dendrites, axon. Cyton has central nucleus called neuroplasm. Cyton has central nucleus called cytoplasm. It has Nissel's granules and other cell organelles like ribosomes, lysosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. Neurofibrils helps in the conduction of nerve impulses. Dendrites conducts nerve impulses away from cyton towards cyton. It increases the surface area of receiving signals. It conducts nerve impulses towards cyton. Axons conducts nerve impulses away from cyton. It is the main component part of axon. It is axoplasm called its cytoplasm called axoplasm, and its plasma membrane called axolemma. It is covered by swan shells called neurolemma. Myelin sheath. It is the protective sheath of axon. It has nodes of ragweed. It is the region in between the internode. Synaptic junction is the place where information is passed from one axon of one neuron and dendron of next neuron, through which the information is transmitted by the release of chemicals called neurotransmitters. Next நம்ம numerical sum 4 mark compulsory பார்ப்போம். Question சொல்லுவேன். A source producing a sound of frequency 90 Hz is approaching a stationary listener with a speed equal to 1/10 of the speed of sound. What will be the frequency heard by the listener? N is equal to 90 Hz, V is equal to 1/10V. Yeah, so N dash கண்டுபிடிக்கிறோம். N dash equal to V minus Vs into N. அப்புறம் வந்து V minus 1/10V. So V by into 90. V by 10V minus V by 10 into 90. So வந்து V by 9V by 10 into 90. So தலைகீழ போடுங்க. V cancel ஆயிரும். So 10 by 9 into 90 is equal to 100 Hz. N dash. இது கொஞ்சம் நிறைய பேர் டவுட்டாக இருக்கீங்க, பட் ஆனால் இது ஈஸியான சம். 100 Hz. Part 4 7 mark questions. இதில் வந்து 3 7 mark questions அட்டென்ட் பண்ணோம், எய்தர் ஆர் சாய்ஸில். What is meant by electric current? Electric current is defined as the charges flowing through any cross section of the conductor in unit time. I is equal to Q by T. SI name and define its unit. The SI unit of electric current is ampere. Is the charges flowing through the conductor is said to be 1 ampere when a charge of 1 coulomb flows through any cross section of the conductor in unit time. 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second. Which instrument is used to measure the electric current? How should it be connected in a circuit? Ammeter is used to measure the electric circuit. It should be connected in series circuit. Hygroscopic substances, daily liquescent substances. When exposed to atmosphere at ordinary temperature, they absorb moisture and do not dissolve. When exposed to atmosphere at ordinary temperature, they absorb moisture and gets dissolved. On exposure to air, they don't change their physical state. On exposure to air, they change their physical state. 2 points. Third point is they form amorphous solids or liquids. They form crystalline solids or liquids. They do not form unsaturated. They do not form saturated solutions. They form saturated solutions. Example: silica gel. Example: caustic soda. Aquatic animals live more in cold region. Why? Aquatic animals live more in cold region than that of warm region because in colder temperatures it consists more dissolved oxygen than that of warm temperatures. Solubility of dissolved oxygen is more in colder regions than that of warmer regions because when the temperature decreases, the solubility increases. Explain the structure of chromosome. Chromosomes are thin, long, thread-like structures held by two identical strands called sister chromates. They have many bead-like structures called chromomeres and a thin coiled structure called chromosoma. It consists of DNA, RNA, metallic ions and chromosomal proteins. They provide structural support. Centromere is found at the center of the chromosome in which spindle fibers are attached to the chromosomes. Spindle fibers. Nuclear organizer. Nuclear organizer is the place in which it occurs at any point of the chromosomes. Telomere is the place which provides stability to the chromosomes, which prevents the joining of adjacent chromosomes. Telomere. Sad chromosomes are the elongated knob-like appendages are attached to the ends of the chromosomes. Somatic gene therapy, germline gene therapy. It is the replacement of defective gene in somatic cells. It is the replacement of defective gene in germline cells. The corrected gene is carried to next generation. The corrected gene is not carried to next generation. The corrected gene is carried to the next generation. So, in the 10th science answer ki over. Thank you all.